We got the rear and the front carb. We're going to take the gas line off of them. You're going to take these overflow lines off. I know which ones they go to. We'll set these to the side over here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get our air valve. You blow in here, and this will rise. Alright. Just going to go ahead and pop this off the top. And take this one bolt loose because I need to get some screws that come in the pack, so we're good to go there. Just kind of cracked everything loose real quick for the video so that I can try to get it in video time. These are spring loaded, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Put our screws back in here, our spring. You can see our diaphragm at the top of it. Okay. See what I'm saying? There's a diaphragm in here. This is the one that has a little mark into it. Always wanted to fix that, so that's why we're going to go ahead and do that. Should be able to do it. If not, we won't. If you can't get this rubber boot off here without breaking this ring, you'll have to buy the whole boot. And when you undo the screws in here, it should slide out and unpinch it. So we should be good to go. All right. It's all took apart. That's it. Now we're going to take apart the side diaphragm. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the screws in here because I don't want them to roll away. Set them to the other side, they're just a hair longer. This is spring loaded as well, so be careful. Okay, put a little screw in our cap over here. You see there's a little diaphragm down in here? Yeah, it's starting to really look like it's got the mileage on it. Let's take that out of there. All that is a little diaphragm. If you get a pinhole in that, it's over, man. You ain't riding right. You want to make sure that's functioning. You can see by this one, it's looking pretty abused. So that's that. It's the end of that. It's all out of there. Now we just got to take the float apart. Spin these bolts out. These screws. We're going to set these one down because we're going to put these ones in this bowl. So we want to make sure we have these for the bowl itself. Like I say, we're not going crazy tearing it apart. We're going to leave the jet for the mixture screw into it. And you know what I mean? The jet and the mixture screw in it because I'm using these jets. I do have some other ones, but these are big ones, so I'm going to leave these jets in. There's nothing wrong with how it runs and rides. It just needs to be regasketed, really, and these diaphragms replaced, obviously. And that way, if I went a long distance, I don't want it stranded. All right, there we go. Yep, this gasket's absolutely patent. 100%. It's stuck to the bolts and they have to be scraped off and everything. So, screws in there. There's our rear bowl taken apart. You can see functions properly. Pull our pin out. Shake it to the side a little bit. I should be able to slide this pin right out. You know what? I don't need to take it out right this second. Could though. I remember the specific kind you have to tap it through. So I'll have to tap it through. The main jet looks really good. Like I say, the bike was running like a champ. I just gotta rinse, clean it out. I'll take this bowl stuff apart off video. I see something right there. I see a piece of rubber O-ring going bad right there. So I'm glad I went ahead and bought the rebuild kit. Okay, this one's taken apart, other than, like I say, we're gonna pull this needle out. This one screw, that'll pull apart the actual needle that stops gas entering, and the seat it sets in, and then we'll unscrew this main jet, and we'll just blow the whole thing out and clean the outside and soak it through. That'll be good enough. We'll put all the new diaphragms in it. Same process here. We're gonna go ahead and just take it all apart. That's it. We gotta wait for the stuff to come in the mail, or I'd show on the video of it going back together right now today, but this video will be us taking it apart really quick. As you can see, I've rebuilt these carburetors quite a few times. I've owned the bike for 9 years. So slide this out, get the diaphragm out, that right here, it's out, that's it, no big deal. If we're leaving this cable on the back, I have to take it off. We're gonna go ahead and knock these loose in the bottom bowl. This float, this front one, is very delicate. We don't want to be swinging it upside down and everything else a bunch of times. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Not on this front carburetor, because it's really touchy on my float. You don't want to bend it or anything like that, or you have all sorts of trouble trying to get the correct level. When you floor it, crack the throttle wide open. You don't want to hesitate unless you get the right exact amount, because it'll drain in this bowl. It's really slim. Look at this bowl, see the difference? Huge difference on how much gas. Plus this carburetor sets like this, not like that. So you get half the bowl, you know, so you want it almost 3/4 full basically. Okay, we'll put our screws in this bowl. Now this is the one in the video that we've already had do stupid miss and knock the main jet out. See, this pin just pulls out, the other one's slightly pressed in. That takes out the little needle. You can see the floats, they're not bent. We got the needle for the float, and then right here we got our actual needle that lets the gas in. That's the seat. You take the screw out and the seat will come out with O-rings. We're going to leave that one in for now, because I know the O-rings are good. I replaced them last summer on both of them. So that's pretty much that one, other than this diaphragm on the side. A little fun pressure on it. Pretty easy to rebuild these. Only thing that's tricky is you want to make sure you don't screw up your floats, and I know these floats are cracked. So you need a book to make sure your floats are correct, or you got to know your bike really well from working on it over the years to know about where you want them set, so you don't have hesitation when you crack it and you have enough gas left in the bowl as it's draining out, but it's putting in at the right correct rate. Good fuel pump, good lines. Yep, this one looks way better condition, but yeah, you can still see stuff on it and corrosion buildup. Needs to be fully, these are an air boot, so we got to clean these carbs all out really good. All right, so I'm gonna spin this line off, take it off, even though I said I wouldn't. We're gonna, so we can clean this carb a little bit better. Okay. Maybe a little bit of pain in the butt to get off, I see, so we'll do this off video, because I'm gonna have to flip down in there the tool to flip that out. All right, that's it. They're pretty much taken apart. I'll take this one off the float off video, and you see it's only this little bar and that little screw to hold the actual seat in for the needle to let fuel in, and then the main jet, and that's about it. I mean, there's this little side, secondary jet, but everything's clean. The carbs work really good. We're just going to go ahead and bath them, degrease them, and then we'll go ahead and blow them all out and make sure every little tube, little port's blown out, and then put all the new diaphragms in them, and we'll be ready to roll and gasket, because this gasket was leaking and this one was leaking, and I knew this diaphragm had a repair spot right here, so I wanted to replace it, and I knew these two were probably getting old, so that's the main reason we rebuild it. And the front carb didn't want to run the bike after it ran the day before, because this main jet rattled and backed out and made the mark inside the bottom of the bowl that you'll see on the other videos. All right, we'll be back as soon as the stuff comes in the mail, and I'll show you assemble them, and we'll make a video of putting them on there. See ya. That I can remove. As far as the jets in the bottom, I'm leaving this because they're sealed really well, and I put O-rings in those last year, so we're just going to go ahead and leave the seats in there.